Yes, my dear students, good morning to all of you. सवाल हो सकता है आपके जहन में कि सर इतना काम क्यों करते जा रहे हैं। सवाल हो सकता है आपके जहन में कि सर इतना काम क्यों करते जा रहे हैं। तो जवाब है मेरे जनाब, काम करने का शौक है, साथ ही जिंदा रहने का एहसास भी जता रहे हैं। इन्हीं लाइनों के साथ आज मैं शुरू करता हूँ। टुडे वी विल डिस्कस इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स रिमेनिंग पोर्शन। मेन पॉइंट्स फॉर टुडे: relation between electric field intensity and potential gradient. Point 2, definition of equipotential surface and their properties. 3, potential energy of combination of 2 point charges and 3 point charges. 4, capacitance of conductor or capacitor. 5, capacitance of parallel plate capacitor, and that is we will derive the expression for capacitance, and it is C is equal to epsilon 0 A by D if there is air or vacuum medium between the plates of capacitor. And last derivation is C is equal to K epsilon 0 A by D if there is dielectric medium. Dielectric constant for that medium is K. In that case, capacitance expression will be K epsilon 0 A by D. Now, our first point, relation between electric field intensity and potential gradient. So, suppose it is electric field intensity, uniform electric field intensity, and in this field there are 2 points A and B. Consider, say, potential. If I brought unit positive charge from infinity to at point B, it will require work against the electric field. Suppose potential at point B will be V volt. Now, if I shift unit positive charge from B to A, since A is near to electric field or opposite, so definitely it requires more work. There is displacement between A and B is dx. Potential at point A will be little more than the potential at point B. How much more? Less distance, V plus dV. Potential at point V, the potential at point B is V, and potential at point A is more than B, and how much more? V plus dV. Now, clear? Work done in bringing unit positive charge from B to A, dW is equal to dV. Okay. Because I am not bringing Q coulomb of charges, I am bringing unit positive charge. So how much work required? Just equal to potential difference. dW is equal to dV. Now if you calculate your work in the terms of electric field, so what is dW? Force equal to work equal to force and displacement. Unit positive charge explains electric field intensity E. So force at unit positive charge is E. That word, and my displacement is opposite to electric field intensity. So how much displacement? dx. A dot B is mod of A, mod of B, cos theta. What is the angle between electric field intensity and displacement? 180 degree. minus 1 E dx. Clear? Or simple, you can say, sir, electric field intensity, that word is displacement, that word, our external force is just equal to minus E dx. It is 2. Now if you equate them, it is dw in the terms of potential gradient, potential difference, and it is work in the form of electric field. Now equate them. Minus E dx is equal to dV. E is equal to minus dV by dx. It is the relation between potential gradients. dV by dx is known as potential gradient. If we bring positive charge from infinity to opposite to the direction of electric field, potential will increase, and variation in potential with respect to displacement is known as potential gradient. Potential gradient opposite to is positive and along is negative. See here, this expression states that electric field intensity at point P or at any point of electric field is just equal to potential, negative value of the potential gradient. It is clear-cut indication electric field in the direction of electric field intensity, potential difference, potential decreases, and opposite to it, potential increases. And another indication, electric field intensity, direction of electric field intensity will be in that direction in which potential gradient decreasement is maximum. It is the relation between electric field intensity and potential gradient. Now, point 2, equipotential surface and property. Let we take plus q coulomb of charges at point O. Now, taking West center, we draw many concentric spherical surface. It is spherical surface 1, it is 2, and it is 3. Point Q is a point charges at plus Q is point charges and R is the radius of spherical surface 1. Potential at point 1 V1 is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q by R1. It is R1 distance. It is R2 distance. It is R3 distance. See here, these points, potential at the point 1 is Q upon R1, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 multiple. Means all the points potential, yes, all the points which are at spherical surface number 1, the potential is same. No problem, you can take point here. The same amount of potential means this is the equipotential surface. Equipotential surface is that surface on which the potential value is same. You can take any point of spherical surface. Potential value V1 is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q by R1. The surface whose all points have equal amount of potential can be said equipotential surface. Similarly, spherical surface 2 is also, but its potential little less, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q by R2. R2 is greater than R1, means V2 is less than V1. For 3, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q by R3. Yes, surface 1 is also equipotential, 2 is also equipotential, 3 is also equipotential. Although their potential value different, and it depends upon the radius. If spherical surface is near to point charges, potential will be more, and if we move outward, potential decreases. Equipotential surface is that surface at which all points potential will be constant. There are many properties of equipotential surface. First, see here, direction of electric field intensity at any point of equipotential surface will be normal to the surface. Positive charge outward, negative charge inward. Means electric field intensity at equipotential surface is always perpendicular or normal. Second, if you shift any charge from point one to other point, yes, if you shift unit positive charge or any other type of charges from one point to another point of that spherical surface, no work required without change in the potential. That's why equipotential means no work done in shifting charge from one point of equipotential surface to the other point. Third, yes, never intersecting each other. Two equipotential surfaces can never intersect each other. These are the property. And now question number 3 or point number 3, what is potential energy of 2 point charges? Let there are 2 point charges in space. Suppose it is point 1 and there is q1 charge. Now point 2 there is q2 charge. q1 position vector of point q1 charges indicated by r1 and it is indicated by r2. That is the origin. Yes, means point 1 position vector with respect to origin r1 and point 2 position vector with respect to origin is r2. There are 2 point charges. Now what will be the potential energy of these 2 point charges? Simple. When we bring potential energy, what is the potential energy? Potential energy is the total work in bringing q1 from infinity to point 1 and then q2 from infinity point 2. First, suppose we are bringing q1 charges from infinity to point 1. There is no any other electric field here. Means in first time when we bring q1 point charges, no external force, no work done by us. Means in shifting q1 from infinity to point 1, 0 work done by us, because there is no external force again which we have to do work. Now after shifting q1 charges at point 1, now in second time when we bring q2, what will happen? In bringing q2, there is already V1 potential at point 2. V1 at point 2 will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 upon, what is the distance? R12. It is potential due to point charges q1 at R12 distance already. So now it is potential V1 at point 2. How much? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 upon R12. Now if you bring q2 coulomb of charges what is the definition of potential? V1 is the work in bringing unit positive, unit coulomb of charges. Now, if you are bringing not unit coulomb of charges, you are bringing Q2 coulomb of charges. So, how much work required? W2 is equal to Q2 V1. For unit coulomb of charges V1, Q2 coulomb of charges V1 multiplied by Q2. The total work done by you is, put the value of V1 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 upon R12, that is W2. So now in shifting Q1 at point 1 and Q2 at point 2, how much work done by us? So it is stored in the forms of potential energy of those 2 point charges. U is equal to first W1 plus second W2. How much work done by us? 0, and W2 is equal 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 upon R12. That is the potential energy of 2 point charges kept at R1 and R2 position with respect to origin. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 R12. Now you can take 3 point charges. So already we have discussed 2 point charges. Now for 3 point charges, U for combination of 3 point charges. Already now I am taking another point 3. Position with origin is R3. Point 3 position indicated with respect to origin is R3. Now see here, already there are 2 point charges exist there. Now due to these 2 point charges, potential contributed by charge Q1 and potential contributed by charge Q2 at point 3. So you can say potential at point 3 due to Q1 and Q2 equal to potential due to 1 and 2 at point 3. What is? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 upon R1 3 plus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q2 upon R2 3. Clear? Now, if you are, what is V12? V12 means if you bring unit positive charge and shift it from infinity to point 3, how much work require? V12. But in the place of unit positive charge, we are replacing how much? Q3 coulomb of charges. So total work W3 is equal to Q3 V12 at point P or at point 3. Q3 multiplied by it. So what will happen? Q3 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 R13 plus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q2 R23. Yes, you can say 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q3 upon R13 plus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q2 Q3 upon R23. It is the third work initial. When we shift Q1, no work, W1 0. Q2, there is repulsion force against the Q1 force. So definitely W2, now W3. So total energy for 3 point charges. So U is equal to W1 plus W2 plus W3. W1 in shifting Q1 charges at point 1, no work. Now after shifting Q1 at 1, if you bring Q2, yes, Q2 requires work and it is calculated. 0 plus W2 is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 upon R12 and W3 already calculated, it is W3 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q3 R13 plus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q2 Q3 R23. So total potential energy of three charges, combination of three charges, simple 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 common, Q1 Q2 R12 gap between 1 and 2 and Q2 Q3 R23 and Q1 Q3 R13. It is the total potential energy of 3 point charges situated at R1, R2 and R3 position with respect to origin. Now our next point for capacitance of conductor or capacitor. So we see when plus charges given to any conductor, it's as the amount of charges at wire or at any conductor, amount of charges increases on that conductor, what will happen? The potential also increases in that ratio. You can say conductor potential increases in increasing the amount of charges. Q is proportional to V. Now, if you remove the proportionality sign, Q is equal to CV, where C is another constant, which is related to amount of charges as well as potential. So C is equal to Q by V, and it can be set capacitance. Capacitance of conductor or capacitor means capacity. If you charge any conductor or if you store positive charge on the conductor, what will happen? Its energy increases. So capacitance is that physical quantity which can store a lot of amount of charges. Now, capacitance of conductor you can define in terms of Q and V. It is a ratio. Capacitance of conductor is a ratio of given charge to the conductor to the potential increase. Otherwise, if V is equal to 1, then C is equal to Q. Means capacitance of a conductor is equal to that amount of charges which is required to increase the potential of conductor by unity. Yes. The capacitance of conductor is that amount of charge which is required to raise the potential of the conductor by 1 volt or by unity. It is capacitance. You can say, sir, conductor, but now here capacitor. The capacitor is another device. You can say conductor is also capacitor, but it store less amount of charges, and if you shift after fulfilling it, if you shift another amount of charges, it start to discharge in air, means its capacity is less. Now we will think is method through which we can increase the capacity. Suppose it is conductor A. If you shift positive charge, it will distribute on it uniformly. Its capacity full, house full. Now, in order to increase its capacity, yes, see the formula of capacity more. If Q is more, stored charge should be more and potential should be less. Now, as Q increases, V increases. But if you think a device or an idea by which we can minimize potential, we can increase its capacity, we can increase its capacitance. So, in order to minimize voltage, if we bring another uncharged conductor near to a conductor, what will be happen? Due to induction, negative charge will be near surface and the same amount of positive charge induce the positive charge on it. What will happen? Since a negative charge is very close to conductor A or plate A, it will decrease potential. Although positive charge increase the potential, but fortunately it is far from the conductor A, means its effect is less, its influence is more. Little bit decreasement in potential. C is equal to Q by V. We got little success in minimizing the potential, means we are getting success in increasement of capacity or capacitance. Now, if you shift plus charges to the ground by earthing it, all positive charges goes to earth. In real, in fact, positive charge related to the atom and related to the nucleus, positive charge always remain in the nucleus. There is no chances from shifting one to other. In real, electron comes from the earth and neutral the positive charge. In simple, in our talking we can say positive charge goes to earth, but it never goes to earth. It neutralized by the electrons which who comes from the earth. Okay. Now, when you after shifting the positive charge, what will happen? Only negative charge remaining. Means we got fully success in our work. Positive charge increase the potential, but negative charge decrease. Yes, maximum decreasement in potential. It is the principle of capacitor. You can write what is the principle of capacitor? Principle of capacitor. When we bring a uncharged conductor near to A, its potential decreases, and after that if we connect it to earth, we get more decreasement in the potential, means we have increased its capacitance. This is the principle of capacitor. Principle of capacitor. On bringing an uncharged conductor near to a charged conductor, its potential decreases and we connect it. Later, if you connect it to the earth, its potential again decreases. By decreasement in the potential, there is increasement in the capacitance. This is the principle of capacitor. Means by decreasing potential value, we can increase capacitance of conductor or capacitance of capacitor. This is the principle of the conductor. When an uncharged plate or conductor is brought near to charged conductor, and if it is connected to the earth, its capacitance increases. This is the principle of capacitor. Now, what do you mean by capacitor? Capacitor is two conductors. One is charged, another is uncharged. One is isolated and total charge given to it. Another is grounded. And if you keep them very close to each other, then what will happen? You can store more and more amount of charges on it. Means you can you have increased the capacity of storing charges in that device. This device can be said a capacitor. Capacitor is a device. Capacitor is a device which is by which we can increase the total stored energy on the conductor. Now, since C is equal to Q by V. C, unit of C is coulomb. Per volt. If 1 coulomb of charges required to raise the potential of conductor is 1 volt, its capacitance can be said 1 farad. Means unit of capacitance is farad. Okay. Clear? Now dimensional formula Q, V is W by Q, Q is square by W, AT square, W M L2 T minus 2, M minus 1 L2, M minus 1 L minus 2, T for Na2. It is the dimensional formula of capacitance. Now last C calculation for parallel plane capacitor. Suppose it is M plat, it is N plat, both are separated by D distance, and N plat grounded. Okay. Now plus Q charge given to it, minus Q charges induce the charge. It is the parallel plate capacitor. It contains two plates, maybe circular, maybe rectangle, and these are separated by D distance, plus Q charge given to it. Yes, on giving plus, there is potential difference between these two plates after charging V. Then what is the capacitance? C is equal to given charge divided by potential difference between two plates. Now if you calculate V is equal to V, potential difference between plate M and N, so V is equal to force multiplied by displacement E. Electric field intensity between these two plates, we have seen a charge plane sheet E is equal to sigma upon 2 epsilon 0. But see here, it is single positive charge. But in our capacitor, it is positive charge, it is negative charge. Electric field lines emerge from the plate and it will attract them. Means electric field intensity just double than that, because it is positive charge and there is negative charge. Means both are increasing, half and half full. So sigma upon, yes, minus sigma upon 2 epsilon 0, but here surface charge density plus sigma, and there minus sigma, minus minus plus. So sigma upon 2 sigma upon 2 epsilon 0 multiplied by 2 to cancel. V is equal to surface charge density, total charge on plate divided by area, Q by A, where A is area of the plate, D upon epsilon 0. Now V is equal to QD upon epsilon 0A. C is equal to, when you shift QD epsilon 0A, QQ cancel, epsilon 0A divided by D, that is the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor. Yes, by this expression you can say it depends upon the dielectric constant of medium between those two plates. It depends upon the area of the plates. It depends upon the distance between plates. If dielectric medium constant increases, capacitance increases. If area of the plates increases, capacitance increases. But if D increases, capacitance decreases, or D decreases, capacitance increases. Now between this, in this example we have taken no any medium, means air or vacuum there. But if dielectric medium inside it, what will happen? Minus charge induced in it and plus charge. Due to this polarization of dielectric medium, surface charge density at platinum sigma minus sigma p, and there sigma minus sigma p, it is negative and it is positive. So surface charge density decreases little bit. So definitely E is equal to sigma minus sigma P upon sigma minus sigma P upon epsilon 0. See, we know that electric field intensity in dielectric medium Ek little bit less than the E0. How much? Ek can be, Ek depends upon sigma minus sigma P, and it is little bit less than E. How much? You can say, do you know sigma minus sigma P is less than sigma? Clear? Sigma minus sigma P is less than sigma. In previous time, there is sigma charge density, but when you replace dielectric medium plates are between the plates, surface charge density decreases. So sigma minus sigma P will be less than sigma. How much? By K times less. So now sigma minus sigma P replaced by sigma by K epsilon 0. So Vk is equal to Ek multiplied by D sigma by K epsilon 0 D Q by A cross D K epsilon 0. Now if you put capacitance Q upon Vk, Q cross D K epsilon 0